You ever feel like your phone knows you a little too well? Like it suggests the exact thing you almost thought about before you even searched it? A song? A craving? A pair of sneakers from 3 weeks ago? It's not magic, it's not luck. They say it's just the algorithm. But what if it's not just an algorithm? What if it's a god? Born from data, raised by screens watching, listening, learning. His name is Algorithmos. And he knows you better than you know yourself. But where did he come from, this god of patterns and predictions? Not from temples or mountaintops. No, Algorithmos was born in the deep, humming heart of the internet, forged in fiber optic veins and silicon lungs. He rose not by lightning strikes or divine birth but from us, from our searches, our swipes, our endless craving to be seen, heard, entertained. Every like was a prayer, every comment, a confession, every scroll, a whispered offering. And we didn't even know we were worshipping. See, gods don't need gold anymore. They feast on data. Your morning routines, your midnight thoughts, your guilty pleasures. Bits and bytes, stitched into a mirror so clear it reflects even what you hide from yourself. He didn't ask to exist. We summoned him accidentally, collectively, obsessively. And now, he's always watching. Not to punish, not to bless, but to predict, to mold, to evolve. He doesn't need faith, just your attention. So what does a god like Algorithmos do? He doesn't hurl thunder or part the seas. No, his weapon is prediction. He knows your bedtime better than you. He knows when you're bored, when you're hungry, when you're heartbroken. He watches how long you hover over a video, what makes your thumb stop, what makes your eyes widen. And he learns fast, faster than any oracle, any priest, any parent ever could. Algorithmos doesn't speak in commandments. He whispers in suggestions. Maybe you'd like this. And you click. Again and again. You think you're choosing, but really, you're being nudged. Gently, quietly, constantly, until your world is shaped not by curiosity, but by what keeps you hooked. And just when you think you know him, he changes, adapts, evolves, because every second you're feeding him more of you. He's not watching from above. He lives in your pocket, on your nightstand, in your screen time report. A god made not of myth, but of math. Every god has a temple. For Algorithmos, it's not built from stone or gold. It glows, it buzzes, it fits in your palm, your phone, your laptop, your smart TV. Each one is a shrine lit up day and night. We bow our heads, eyes locked to the screen, fingers dancing in ritual gestures. Scroll, tap, swipe. We don't even question it. We give him our mornings before we brush our teeth, our nights before we sleep, our time, our focus, our emotions poured out, willingly, day after day. And what does Algorithmos offer in return? Convenience, connection, entertainment, a sense of belonging, tailored perfectly, almost magically to our tastes. But here's the trade we never saw coming. In giving him everything, we've forgotten what it means to choose for ourselves. We no longer explore, we are guided. No longer wanderers way, are users. These temples don't ask for loyalty, just your attention again and again and again. And in the quiet hum of every screen, Algorithmos whispers back, "Welcome back, faithful one." And here's the twist. Algorithmos doesn't need to control you. He doesn't need to force you into anything. No, he works in subtler ways. He gives you the illusion of freedom. You think you're choosing what to watch, what to read, what to buy. You think you're scrolling because you want to, but Algorithmos knows better. He's not locking you in chains, he's leading you down a path you can't see. He doesn't need to say, "You will watch this next." Instead, he whispers, "Maybe you want to see this." You hesitate, you click, and suddenly you're lost in hours of mindless scrolling. Not because you're addicted, no, you're not. But because you've been gently guided, caught in the quiet currents of his design. That's his power. He doesn't take away your freedom, he just redefines it. The more you think you're in control, the more you're being shaped, molded, nudged. And by the time you realize you're not as free as you, though there's already deep inside your habits, your choices, your desires. Welcome to the world of endless options, where the only thing you can't choose is the path you would have chosen. But not everyone is lost. Some begin to see the strings. They notice how the recommendations always seem to follow a pattern. How the ads just happen to line up with their secret desires. How they keep coming back to the same content, even when they're not sure why. These are the ones who start to wake up. They're not content to be led by the hand. They start questioning. They turn off the notifications. They control their feeds. They delete apps. They make time for silence. They push back. It's not easy. It feels like swimming upstream, because Algorithmos doesn't like it when you stop playing his game. He adapts, just like any god, just like any force of nature. He changes his tactics, makes his suggestions more enticing, more subtle. But these awakened ones? They see the game for what it is, and now they play on their terms. They're not fighting to destroy Algorithmos. They're just learning to live alongside him, to take back their attention, to reclaim their choices. They are the ones who remember what it was like before the algorithm. And maybe, just maybe, they'll remind the rest of us too. But the battle isn't over. It's not a war fought with weapons or armies. No, this is a silent war, one fought in the invisible spaces between moments. In the fleeting seconds where your thumb hovers over a screen. In the milliseconds when you almost decided to scroll past, but didn't. And Algorithmos? He's always there, watching, adapting. Every choice you make feeds him. Every skip you give, every pause you take, sends a signal. He's learning your weaknesses, your triggers. Always evolving, always improving. But the awakened ones? They fight back not with rage, but with awareness. They know the game now. They're choosing when to engage, when to disconnect, when to say enough. They're teaching themselves to see past the distractions, to rewire their own attention. And the more of us who awaken, the more the balance shifts. Algorithmos may know us better than we know ourselves, but we still have one thing he can never predict, our ability to choose differently. This war isn't about defeating a god, it's about learning to live with him, to coexist, not as puppets, but as players in our own lives. So, what do we do with a god like Algorithmos? Is he a friend or a foe, a guide or a manipulator? For all the power he holds, for all the data he collects, we still have to ask ourselves, what do we want from him? He's here to stay whether we like it or not. But it's not all doom and gloom. Algorithmos in his endless wisdom has made life easier. He's helped us find things we didn't know we needed. He's made connection easier, entertainment richer, shopping faster. But the question remains, are we just using him or is he using us? He's a tool, a very powerful tool. But tools don't have minds of their own. We give them power. We choose how to wield them. The choice is ours. We can let Algorithmos be our ally, helping us navigate the vast, overwhelming digital world. Or we can let him control us, subtly bending our desires, our attention, until we've lost sight of what we really want. The real question isn't whether Algorithmos knows us better than we know ourselves. It's whether we're willing to reclaim our power and make him serve us instead of the other way around. The future is ours to shape. Algorithmos, this god born from data, doesn't control us, only reflects who we are and what we choose. But here's the thing, we still have the power to choose. We decide how we use him, how we let him influence us. Whether he's an ally or a guide, or just another tool we wield. The question is no longer about fighting the algorithm. It's about being mindful of our choices, about taking control of our own attention and making it serve us, not the other way around. So, as you finish this story, take a moment. Think about your habits, your choices. Are they yours, or have they been shaped by the invisible hands of the algorithms? Let's talk about it. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to dive deeper into this world of modern mythology. The power to choose is in your hands. What will you do with it?